It is an absolute firecracker!
All right, what's up, people? Thanks for checking out another episode of the Box to Box podcast. Yeah, I said SOD, NBD. We're that cool. We got over 100 followers on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, get in touch with us at the Box to Box Show. Trying to bump that followership up. We also have an email address for some reason, theboxtoboxshow@gmail.com. Mike Depkowski set it up. I'm not really sure who still emails shows anymore, but to appease him, maybe send us an email, maybe don't. I don't know. Depends on how you're feeling. Breaking down Group F with Shane Altus. What's up, Shane?
Hey, just chilling here on LinkedIn.
Mr. Email himself, Mike Depkowski. What's up, Dad?
Hey guys, what's up?
And Brian Brennan, what's up, B?
How's it going? Don't forget Snapchat at the Box to Box Show. Keep it PG.
Oh, we're on Snapchat?
Where do we get that Snapchat?
We just changed the game, dude.
Game
Games
changer.
changed.
I didn't even know we were on
Changed.
Snapchat. No one
All
told
right.
me.
All seriousness, Snapchat is dangerous. All right, all
That's a dangerous
seriousness.
game.
Group F,
Snap us.
Argentina, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Nigeria, Iran. Kind of top-heavy. Start off with Argentina,
Top-heavy
number 5. Start off with Argentina, number 5 in the FIFA rankings, number 2 in the Soccer Power Index, ESPN FCSM advancing at a 95% tilt. Messi, arguably the best player in the world. Shane, what do you got on Argentina?
Nothing but love for the white and blue. Ever
uniforms.
since I know, beautiful.
Great uniforms.
But ever since they let go of Maradona, pushed them aside with all that went wrong in 2010 World Cup, they've moved back and they've put in a false 9 with Lionel Messi in that false 9 role and putting Aguero and Higuain on both sides.
What up, Syria?
The only problem, I'm sorry, Higuain, I mean Di Maria, I apologize. But the only problem I can foresee is if that ponytail Di Michaelis comes into the game at any point at center back.
Whoa,
It's
you
not
knocking
that
dudes- you knocking
bad.
dudes
It's
with
not
flow?
Great
What's that?
ponytail,
Dude,
though.
I'm
Great
not-
ponytail.
Knocking
No,
players
respect
down
the
at
hair.
center
Well,
back
Respect
in
the
the
hair.
in the Premier League. But
He's no David
that's
Luiz.
the only problem I foresee for them.
I mean, it's tough to go back. It's tough to not play well when you have Leo Messi just in the midfield, just dominating everything. So they're gonna
Messi
walk
doing
through
work.
this group.
Center forward.
I was just thinking, the only thing, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on him to win this World Cup, right? Everyone thinks he's the best player in the world. He's
Yep.
26 years old. This is probably the best shot he's going to have. Once guys turn 30, you never really know. He's got to kind of mimic that 1986 Maradona run for him to be beloved in his country the way that Maradona is. Does he fold under the pressure, or what are we thinking? Mike?
Well, playing for Barcelona for so long, you don't fold under pressure. I mean, he's under pressure every single game. The pressure's nothing new to him. National team, he's been under the pressure for the past 10 years. He'll be fine. Argentina has a shot to win this whole thing if the U.S. don't win it. So
Oh,
they're
what
one of
up?
maybe five. They're one of maybe 5 teams who have a realistic shot
America.
to win this whole thing. So
The thing I like about
I
this
agree with
Argentina team, though, with Messi and pressure is it's not like Ronaldo in Portugal. He has so many offensive weapons around him that he doesn't need to be the guy to score 2 goals a game for them to win. They have, like you said,
That's so
Higuain,
true.
Aguero, Lavezzi, Di Maria. He doesn't need
they're
to
stacked
get
everywhere,
3
man.
goals and score. They got players around him that can do it.
even Garay could come up and take a free kick and knock it in. So
Yeah.
Yeah, any of them can.
All right,
really.
let's move on to my. Let's move on to my. I love this next team. They got my man Marilyn Pjanic on it. That's Bosnia-Herzegovina. 21 in the FIFA rankings, 15 in the Soccer Power Index. The ESPN FC has them as the favorites, the runner-up. 48% advancement probability. They're led by Edin Dzeko, as I said, and Marilyn Pjanic. They've got some world-class players on this team for a relatively new nation. And in a relatively easy group, they seem like a team that can make some noise. Brian, what are you thinking about Bosnia?
I like them. They're a good team. Begovic between the sticks is great. Like you said, Pjanic and Dzeko had a great year for Man City. I just wonder if the inexperiences get to them. This is their first World Cup ever, so you don't really know how people are going to react to that pressure and how well they're really going to do.
yeah.
And Steve, I know you have more than just a little rooting interest in this squad. What makes you like them so much?
I just think they're super creative in the midfield. Dzeko's awesome. He's been awesome for Man City. I think he's a beast in the middle. I think they've got a pretty good back line. And like I said, I think they have an easy group. And if they win, if they win this group, they're going to be able to play France or a team like that that's beatable in the next round. So I think there's a window open there for them to make some noise.
I think they're a real dark horse here. I mean, they're going to get out of this group, and depending on who they play next round, they could go pretty far. And they're an underrated team. real fun to watch. So I think a lot of people are going to become huge Bosnia fans after this World
I
Cup.
agree. They just beat Mexico in that friendly. So I mean, I think not that we all love Mexico, but I mean, it's still a quality team. They beat them, and I'm pretty impressed by them. But the other two teams in the group, Nigeria 28 in the Soccer Power Index, Iran's 39. I mean, two pretty weak ones. I mean, Nigeria's been good in the past, but it doesn't really seem like they're as good this time around.
I mean,
I
as
like
you
Nigeria,
guys,
Speed and getting old.
I think that they have John Obi Mikel, who plays a much different role than he does for Chelsea. He kind of moves forward a little bit more. He's not in that just really boring holding role that he plays, just parking the bus for Josie all the time. And I do like kind of their striking options. They're a physical team with Odin Wingy on one wing. They have some real talent at strikers and both wings with Victor Moses. I know Brian loves this team. So.
Yeah, their big issue though is against the U.S. in Jacksonville. They just seem tired in that heat down there. Are they going to be able to handle it in Brazil? They get retired by like the 60th minute. They just couldn't run anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Brian,
as you guys know throughout these podcasts, that I am a big African nation supporter here. The big key for them right here is Emmanuel Emenike. He's an absolute beast up front. He didn't play for them. He doesn't play for many big clubs, and they didn't have him last year in the tournaments they played in. They're a different team when they got him. So I'm curious to see what it's like with him up front with Moses and Ondem Wingy knocking it into him. And lastly, Enyema had a great year over at Lille. So if he can keep that going, I think they could be a tough team.
All right, does anybody have anything on Iran?
Can someone name one
suck.
player?
Worth
Can someone
noting is
name one player?
Djaga, the Fulham winger, had a pretty good season. He might have actually been one of the few bright spots for
I was
Fulham.
gonna say, ouch.
I don't think Fulham had any bright spots.
All right, let's get picks
A black
here.
hole of
I
soccer.
assume we're all going the same way. Shane, why don't you start us off?
Actually, it wasn't as easy for me as I think it was for everyone else. I am going to go chalk, though, Argentina. Bosnia, my only concern about Bosnia is their lack of depth. I think they have some awesome talent. I do, though, think if they, face a team like Switzerland in the next round, their lack of depth could come to bite them.
Mike.
Don't make it harder than it is to Argentina, Bosnia. Simple.
Brian.
I'm going Argentina 1. I think the key to this team right now is Ezequiel Garay, center back. He had a great year for Benfica. And 2, I'm going Nigeria. I think the inexperience is going to catch up to Bosnia. And as you know, I'm picking Africa
Super
all
Eagle,
the way.
fly.
Go green.
Go
All
green.
right. I'm going Argentina 1. I think the only thing that could trip them up possibly in when we look further is their goalie, Sergio Romero. He has bench for Monaco for the whole year, has basically been on the bench, so he's has no experience. But I still think that's the problem that they might encounter later on the tournament. They'll win this group. And like I said, Bosnia, those are my boys, Miralem Pjanic. What up, Roma? They're going to take runner-up. All right, guys, appreciate you checking out this one. We'll have the USA group up next. Stay tuned.
Ooh.
What up?
Cheers.
I believe.
Mushkina